Hi everyone, Weave the Nintano here, the internet's busiest production nerd, and it's time for the Arteria Pigments 4 review. Arteria Pigments 4 is known as the Polychrome software synthesizer. They claim it is a soft synth VST with the power to create any sound. Pigments 4 is a free upgrade. While in many cases a lot of plugin companies would seek to charge money for this upgrade, Arteria decided to just hook us up. Featuring a harmonic engine, wavetable, virtual analog, sample, and utility engine. It has a whole range of filters. Some of the new features included in Pigments 4 are the new graphical interface, the play mode, to simplify the synth down to just its most necessary areas. This is really useful if you're playing in a live setting or if you are just feeling overwhelmed by the synth. The light mode, in case you want to simulate being flashbanged, or you want to simulate using Massive X. Definitely not sarcasm here, by the way. It features quick modulation editing, allowing you to drag and drop modulators to different parameters. The LFOs now have presets with them, new sync modes, MTS ESP micro-tuning compatibility. The wavetable engine now has ring mod, as well as a pulse width mode. They've added some new features in the harmonic engine, including phase modulation and the ability to randomize the phase of the engine's partials. I promise it'll get less boring if you stick around. One of my favorites is the new MS-20 filter, modeled after the Korg MS-20 obviously. There's a shimmer reverb, which features 2 octaves of pitch shifting on the reverb. They've also added a super unison effect for massive detuning. Normally you'd have to pay for this sort of thing. It's got new factory presets ranging from ambient to drill to soundtrack composition, giving this plugin a total of nearly 2,000 presets. That's a lot of presets. 63 new wavetables, 67 new samples, 36 new noise types. I don't know why I always burp when I'm doing these. Overall, I like the UI of Pigments a lot, especially this new version. It's a great blend of power as well as functionality and ease of access. The play section is both trippy, powerful, and simple at the same time. I've never seen a synth that showcases the visuals in this sort of format. Pigments 4 has really good presets. I'm actually thoroughly impressed by them. Definitely with the bass sounds. The melody sounds are pretty good too. I do notice here and there some of the melody sounds especially do seem kind of dry sounding, but for the most part they're pretty good. But they do seem like they can maybe use some drip on them. I feel like it's been long enough that I can make drip jokes again. For a while I felt like they were kind of blown out, but it's been like a few years now. I think it's coming back. I know using bass sounds for electronic music is blasphemy, but I still did it nonetheless. One thing I did notice about the bass sounds, it seems like there's a lack of 808s within the sounds here. There's a lot of things you could use in bass music or other types of electronic music, but there's not too many 808s, and most of the 808s that are in here are kind of lacking saturation and distortion out of the box. The drag and drop functionality is great. It looks smooth, it functions smooth, no complaints here. Did I mention it's smooth? Light mode is a great way to go blind by the age of 37. Light mode makes me want to light myself on fire. I love the way the synth animates the LFOs and waveforms. What can I say? I'm easily impressed. But for real though, where is a little animated character? I'm not going to buy this until you present me a little animated character. I'm holding out for Unison Audio to make a new synth. Well, they haven't made a synth. I'm holding out for Unison Audio to make a synth with a cool animated character. So step up your game, Arteria. The MS-20 filter sounds great. Check out this granular chord patch I made featuring the MS-20 as, yeah, check it out. For once, I actually don't have a whole lot of feedback on how something could be improved here. Most of the things I could think of were either already implemented or they're really niche and, you know, maybe specific to something I'd be looking for, or you'd just be straight up copying another synthesizer. Like, hey man, why don't you make this completely modular like Phase Plant? Or hey man, 4 macro knobs is not enough. I'm a lunatic. Here's one of the beats I made using sounds from Pigments 4. few things I forgot to mention earlier, it has MPE compatibility as well as NKS compatibility. Now let's talk about a few different alternatives that you can get instead of this, and we'll use that as a comparison while deciding the rating of this. So the first alternative I could think of in mind would be Vital. It's free, but it doesn't have granular synthesis or shimmer reverb or additive synthesis. I kind of hate doing additive synthesis anyways, so not a really big problem for me. Vital also doesn't have as many effects. It doesn't have customized analog modeled effects. One good thing about Vital though is it does have spectral warping. Serum, same sort of deal as Vital, except it costs $189. Lacks some effects, doesn't have additive synthesis or granular. Phase Plant, $199, but overall probably one of the best synthesizers you can use. It's fully modular, it can have up to 32 oscillators. Not as pretty as Pigments though, but you know, Phase Plant is definitely like the powerhouse. Also has no limit of modulators. Falcon, I hear great things about it. Haven't tried that one personally yet. Maybe I could check that out in the near future though. There's a million other synths that you could use. These were just the ones that popped into my head while writing this review though. If you guys think of other ones that are great comparisons or alternatives, let me know down in the comments. Now the burning question, is this worth the money? It really depends what you're looking for, I guess. I would say yes if you're looking for a powerful synth that's not overly complicated, but you need something that's stronger than your stock synthesizer or Vital. I would arguably go for this one in that case. I guess one of the main issues with going with a synthesizer that's not Serum, there's more presets for Serum than anything else, I would venture to guess. So if you go with something else and you like presets, you may not have a lot of options, or not nearly as many options. Or if you're fine with having less access to customized presets, then this is definitely a good option. It'd be really nice if we lived in a world where synthesizers could share presets with other synthesizers, like if there was some sort of common code that allowed them to work with each other, maybe to be able to communicate like this oscillator, no matter what synthesizer it's on, and then like this filter, this envelope setting, etc. We don't live in that world. So you kind of have to pick and choose what kind of synthesizer you'd like to spend your money on, and you'll be limited to what kind of presets you can use based on that. Obviously, this could only work effectively with synths with parallel features and the same types of oscillators, filters, etc. Normally when I rate a new version of a synth, I go based off of just the upgrade. Since Pigments 4 was a free upgrade, I'm rating this synth overall because there's no reason to rate a free upgrade. Now with all of that in mind, I give Pigments 4 an 9.5 out of 10. Tran, does he still do that thing? Does he still do the thing where he says transition and then it goes to the outro? I haven't watched him in a long time. Zishin, have you given this synth a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Weave the Nintendo. Pigments. Forever.